only Heisman winner in the history of the state, a two-time All-American who led the country in total yards with 1,894 his senior year, en route to becoming the 1980 selection as college football's very best player. He would become the NFL's #1 draft pick in 1981. He still holds USC's career rushing record with 3 consecutive 1,000-yard campaigns and over 5,000 total yards in his career at Carolina. His statue now stands here just outside Williams-Brice Stadium on the boulevard which bears his name. South Carolina has retired his number 38 jersey for all time. Known affectionately by fans on all sides of the Palmetto State rivalry and beyond as simply King George, Heisman House Hall of Famer, George Rogers. George, thank you for taking time to join us.
No doubt.
When somebody has made the difference you have made and has been as successful as you've been, you stand on the shoulders of a lot of people who've poured into your life. Give me maybe a quote or two or an individual or two who has inspired you and turned George Rogers along the way into the George Rogers we've come to know.
You got to hit my #1 fan, Jim Carlin. You know, he's gone and in the next life. But if it wasn't for Coach Carlin, I don't know what I'd have done. He's a great guy, great hero of mine. And there's other people. I don't want to put anybody ahead of him because he was the guy that made me look good.
You talk about that trophy that everybody's familiar with at just a glance as being a team trophy.
Oh, ain't no question. Ain't no question. Without those guys in front of you, you can't do it. There ain't no way. And they went out and they did their job, and I tried to do mine.
Just like football is a team sport, life is also a team sport.
No question.
Talk about the importance of others in your life that challenge you, spur you on, block for you along the way when needed, and really provide the energy that it takes to be a winner in life.
I'd rather for the other guys to take something to the limelight, and I don't want to be known as a person that had it gave it to them, because I don't want to feel like I did it without them other guys. Those guys that blocked for me, those were the guys I tried to make look good.
Family, the importance of it.
Oh.
We both talked about our wives. How critical is it to have a supporting cast around you like that in life?
Everybody know me. I got one of the best.
You've had a lot of mentors in your life. You've been a mentor for a number of different people. Can you talk just a little bit about the importance of a mentor and what they mean?
I had a lot of mentors when I was in college. I looked up to Herschel Walker. Can you imagine a senior, which I was, looking up to Herschel Walker? Great guy. I mean, he seemed to have everything going at Georgia, and just after getting a chance to meet him and being around him, I know what kind of great guy he is, and just an awesome person to be able to know. Certainly glad he's one of the Heisman Trophy winners because he's influenced me a whole lot. I don't want to act like I ain't been a bad boy, and I've done some things I don't like. I've done some things that I don't like about myself, but in return, though, I'm 61 years old, and I know if it wasn't for some things that I've turned down or didn't do as life went on, I wouldn't be around. Nowadays, I'm glad to say that, hey, I'm interested in all the good that anybody can do.
When you think about the people that are at that life stage like your son, and you talked about it, not a one of us lives this long without making mistakes we've had to learn from and challenges we've had to overcome. That's true for all of us. What would you say to those young people that are at that phase of their life, the wisdom you could pass on from some of those obstacles and challenges and mistakes along the way? What advice would you give them as they move forward into the next phase of life?
Stay on a right path. Life is short, and I want to be able to stay on the right path.
Well, you mentioned that Heisman Trophy. It's sitting right here. Let's talk about that Heisman Trophy just a little bit. Share with the folks just what this trophy has meant to you and what it represents.
I can tell you, it represents a good athlete first. I wasn't bad, but I was one of the good athletes. Well, this right here, it shows a lot about teammates. Because those guys that's in front of you, blocking in front of you, if you ain't got them, you will not be able to see that trophy. Because those are the guys that make you look good.
Share with us the memories of the presentation of that trophy, of playing in the NFL and being inducted eventually into multiple Hall of Fames. What have those moments been like for you when your achievements have been recognized?
Well, I can tell you one thing I just said, and I said it all over again. If it weren't for South Carolina offensive linemen, they made me look good. And anything I got is all because of them too. It ain't me. It's us. It's we. That's my team. That's my teammates. I would never get none of that honor if it weren't for my teammates. Those guys, they're right. They put me on the stage, and we did it together.
Important to remember that nothing can be done without those around us.
Ain't no question about that. Ain't no question.
Every Saturday, you pull up when there's a game in the fall. You bring the Heisman Trophy with you. You greet the South Carolina faithful as they come there to your new statue now that's right outside of Williams-Brice Stadium. What can you say about the Carolina fans? What have they meant to you over the years?
Oh, man, Carolina fans is the best. Well, you know, we got to be the best, too, because sometimes we don't win. I admire them. I love them to death.
Can you put into words for us what those colors you're wearing and that university that's been such a part of your life, what does it mean to you, the University of South Carolina?
Go Cox, baby. I don't care where I'm at. It's go Cox.
That energy tells it all. All right, this is about Carolina versus Clemson.
South Carolina, Clemson, that is a roar. Great game, and we always go and play them our best. And at the end of the day, you don't just take it for granted. We beat them my junior year. I only beat them one time. I got that one in. 13-10, Carolina. I couldn't wait for that game right there to happen.
Was there a specific philosophy in your life when you were in the locker room, before you were getting ready to play a game? Was there a specific philosophy or approach or mindset that you would contribute some of your success to along the way, George?
I tell you what, I had a lot of success with when my offensive linemen say, come on, let's go. That's all I need to know right there. Let's go get them. Those guys that was in front of me, I tell you what, they were good. And I always tell me, I go as good as the offensive line. And of course, they knew what we had. When you played us back in the day, you already know what the deal is. And we coming. Y'all just get ready to get hit, because we gonna play.
George, thank you so much for taking
No
time
doubt,
today.
man. No
we
doubt.
always appreciate the opportunity to
No
spend time
question
with you.
about it, man. That's how it is, man. Like, go Gamecock.
You